fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good. For a Raven first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. Bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Well, he's going to take a shot right away, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Taylor. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give right side. It's Taylor. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
I'm going to run you over. Hey, Delta. No. Off. Hey, go on, Mike. Yep. Come on, D. Check Mike.
Back to throw here. He's got his man, Boyd. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch out.
Now Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, Charlie. Now. Motion. 5.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
Set. 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Here we go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now this throw caught left side.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. A route running savvy and toughness. There's a premium for all of that now.
They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They're going to look to throw. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. These two teams all tied after one. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The throw complete here to Williams. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 6. He's got it to Williams. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wide.
And now off to the races, down the right side, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Travion Williams, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
On first down, Hilliard. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a play fake here on first down. He sets to fire deep. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his crew will take over with a football. At the 35-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
6-6, pull it high.
Taylor. He's got daylight. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
30 base. 61, matchbox lights. Hey, Haywood. Hey.
They'll set up to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the first down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right? Why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap and just fall down and pick it up. They got it there.
Check 52's to Mike. Let's go, D.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
To throw is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On third down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They go play action with Jackson. Towards the end zone for Brown. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Dennard.
Jackson's pass intercepted. The Bengals take over first and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
We go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a... Touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will... Leave them now with a 3rd down situation.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready. Hey, hold on. 50 seconds, come on. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Spawn. No. 49.
On third down, Hilliard, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
He'll look to throw. He completes it to Boyd. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I got this. But he is in a major league.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Dontrell Hilliard, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Yeah, and he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Two-jet bomber. Hey, Echo. Get it.
They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this third quarter of play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Back to throw now on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are in the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They'll look to throw here. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a carry here for Hilliard. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. The give to Taylor. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Alert 3. Check 9, check 9. Look at me. Zipper. Let's go.
Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, Oftentimes, the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
On second down, it's Taylor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
He wasn't ready.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
They go play action here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Mike, check, check.
Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
From the 21, it's second and 10. Throwing now is Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
Hey, dude. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. 52's the mic. Hey! I'm coming for you. You mine.
2nd and 5. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch.